Nithyananda. Welcome everybody to another morning of Brahma Muhurta authentic yoga here in Kailasas all over the world. Today we are going to be continuing exploring the Sakala Vinyasa Krama, the various different asanas of the Pratama Vinyasa Krama, Dvitiya Vinyasa Krama, and Tritiya Vinyasa Krama, which is our first, second, and third level sequences of Kailasa's Nityananda Yoga. Thank you so much for tuning in, whether you're joining us live on Zoom or watching this recording or watching our live stream on YouTube. Brahma Muhurta isn't necessarily the easiest hour to get up, but if you're able to fight through the discomfort and get the body onto the yoga mat at these early morning hours, that really is where the juice and the most benefits are awaiting you. So nicely done if you're here joining us. And there have been many participants that have been quite consistent with their discipline, as Swamiji has been speaking on quite often recently. Nicely done if you've got that discipline down pat. And if you're working towards it, continue to show up for yourself. We are here every morning for you to help you expand and explore towards your ultimate possibilities as well. And so, as with all other Kailasa's rituals, the ritual of yoga will begin by invoking the presence of His Divine Holiness, embodying the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, bringing him into your inner space, connecting to Swamiji, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam. Bring your hands into Anjali Mudra in front of your heart center, and with deep feeling connection, Swamiji in your inner space, we'll begin this ritual of yoga with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nityanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Tvamvatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasyadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvari Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Good. And next we'll chant the Shiva Mula mantra, which is Om Ham Haum Shivaya Namaha. Shiva Mula mantra, we'll be chanting this internally. So as it's chanted externally for you, just keep this as an internal japa for you. As you do chant this internally, avoid touching the roof or the back of the teeth with your tongue in your mouth. Your tongue should just hover in the center of the mouth, okay? So Om Ham Haum Shivaya Namaha. We'll be chanting this 11 times internally. You can keep your hands resting on your knees or keep them in Anjali Mudra in front of the heart center, whatever's most comfortable for you. And we'll begin with the Shiva Mula mantra. Om Ham Haum Shivaya Namaha. 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 Good. And next we'll enter into the ritualistic cleansing. So taking our cup and spoon, the Panchapatram and Udarni of water, we're going to provide ourselves with a ritualistic cleansing, beginning with taking 1 spoon of water and placing it into your right palm. You're going to take your index and thumb touching and extending the opposite 3 fingers outwards. You're going to sip the water at the same time the mantra is chanted. Om Atmatattvam Shodhyami Svatha. Sipping the water again, and we're going to take a 2nd spoon of water. Om Vidyatattvam Shodhyami Svatha. And then finally a 3rd spoon of water. Om Paramashivatattvam Shodhyami Svatha. Good. Now you're going to rinse off your hands with 1 spoon. And then with the base of the thumb, you're going to wipe your upper and lower lip 2 times from the right to left. Om Haraya Namaha. Rinsing off your hand. With the index middle ring finger, you can touch just above the upper lip and below the lower lip. Washing off your hand again. With the index and thumb, you're going to touch the right nostril and left nostril. And then with the ring finger and thumb, you're going to touch the right eye, right ear, left ear. Washing off your hand. And then you're going to take your thumb and pinky, touching the navel, the right chest, left chest, all 4 fingers in the crown of the head, and the thumb touching the crown of the head, right shoulder, left shoulder, and the heart center. Good. Next, we're going to be moving into our Sankalpa, maybe the most important component of this beginning ritual, which is really establishing the state and space and the reasoning why we're here. Okay, why did we get up at these early morning hours when we're feeling groggy, when we want to go back to sleep? Well, it's because we want to manifest something, right? We're here to manifest something maybe that we currently do not cognize ourselves as. And so let's remind ourselves that as we move our body today, as we push ourselves and expand and explore our possibilities, in so doing, we are manifesting our ultimate self. We are manifesting that state, space, powers, the being of Paramashiva. Okay, and so with this conscious declaration of Paramashivatva, I am the ultimate consciousness. And maybe you want to manifest a powerful yogic body or a healthy, flexible body. Remind yourself of what your personal intention is today, why you're on the yoga mat. And as you hold on to this intention, this Paramashivatva space, we will be chanting the Sankalpa mantra. Okay, the Sanskrit mantras will be chanted for you to imbibe and assimilate and attune yourself to this powerful space. Okay, so with our right hand, we're going to place it on top of our left and place both hands on top of our right thigh. Keep your spine straight. Hold on to this Sankalpa, this conscious intention of manifesting Paramashivatva within you, along with those personal wills and other intentions that you may have for your body, mind, and consciousness. So let us enter into the Sankalpa mantra.
Om Mamopata Samasta Duritakshayatvaram Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Prityatam Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Prityatam Cha Shubhe Shobhane Muhote Adya Brahmana Dvitiya Parade Shri Shvetavara Kalpe Vaivasvata Manvantare Ashtavimshati Dame Nitya Yuge Pratame Pade Jambo Dvipe Bharatavarshe Bharatah Kande Meroho Dakshine Pashve Shakabde Asmin Vatamane Vyavaharike Prabhavarinam Shashtyaha Samvatsaranam Madhye Vishwavasu Nama Samvatsare Dakshinayane Lakshmi Venkateshwara Datao Tulamase Mangalavara Pakshe Chaturdashyam Shapadito Mangalavara Vasarayuktayam Ashwini Nakshatra Siddhi Yoga Vanija Karana Evam Guna Visheshana Vishishtayam Asyam Shupatito Shri Kailaso Naradvara Shanta Shyamala Pita Rudam Shri Meenakshi Sundareshwara Bhinna Swarupa Parashiva Putra Nakumara Gurumanya Tulyavataram Shri Parvati Stanyapana Lapta Divyanyana Vishuddham Sakala Nigamagama Sara Buddha Dravida Veda Pravat Shrimad Paramashiva Karuna Samadhigara Muktamaya Chaturashayana Giyamana Chatra Chamara Shri Chinnaka Haladi Samasta Vidada Valyalankrita Jnana Vijnana Chakravarti Sarvajana Sangha Sadhyo Nirvana Diksha Vyaya Pavargavasha Vishrana Jimuta Paramata Kalavagisari Shaiva Siddhanta Stapanacharya Shri Rajari Raja Panja Maharaja Guru Kshapana Shakyari Mahandakarani Nirvana Jnana Bhanu Vikshana Nadharha Dvajochedana Purvaka Srimad Vrishabhat Vajastapaka Shaiva Samaya Gatra Sarvanya Pita Ruda Shri Jagat Guru Shri Jnana Sambandha Deshika Swami Vagisha Sundara Manikya Vachaka Swaminam Avatara Bhuta Shri Jnana Sambandha Swami Punarudita Shyamala Pita Sarvanya Pita Trinavajuttara Dvishatatama Guru Mahasannidhana Arunagiri Yogishvara Paramparagata Arunachala Sarvanya Pita Guru Mahasannidhana Kailasa Paramparagata Kanchi Kailasa Sarvanya Pita Trayastrim Shaduttara Dvishatatama Guru Mahasannidhana Nityotsava Nityamangala Nitya Kalyana Nityaratita Kailasa Paramparagata Adi Kailasa Nityananda Pita Mahasamstana Mahasimhasana Pita Katra Sakshat Shri Paramashiva Samudbhuta Kailasa Paramparagata Vaivasvatamanu Ikshvaku Arishchanda Bhagirata Shri Ramachandra Shurasena Ityadi Anavachinna Sarvabhauma Chakravati Paramparagata Chatushashti Yogini Mandita Chatushashti Sampradaya Pravataka Manudharma Shasana Surya Vamsha Prapta Sarvanya Pita Surangi Samrajya Muta Vichitta Chodamani Sakshat Shri Paramashiva Samudbhuta Kapila Mahaguru Pranadutta Mahanirvani Pita Ashtotara Sahasra Shri Mahamandaleshwaram Sakshat Shri Paramashiva Samudbhuta Shri Mahaganapati Samaramba Anavachinna Pita Dishwaram Guru Parampara Prapta Atala Pita Ashtotara Sahasra Shri Atala Pita Dishwaram Dharma Mukti Swarga Puna Swarna Pita Trayo Vimsha Guru Mahasannidhana Kailasa Paramparagata Adi Pita Sarvanya Pita Jagat Guru Shri Kailasa Punaruddharaka Shri Kailasa Paramacharya Srimad Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Acharya Varya Sachidananda Pranava Sarupa Shrotriya Brahmanishta Srimad Jagat Guru Srila Shri Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Shri Jnana Sambandha Deshika Paramacharya Swaminam Prityatam Tesham Bharahavindayo Bhakti Siddhyatam Guru Kripa Kataksha Siddhyatam Kshema Sterya Virya Vijaya Arla Lokya Ishwaryanam Abhivrityatam Dharma Takama Moksha Chaturvida Palapurushartha Siddhyatam Samasta Rurito Pashamtyatam Samasta Mangalavaptyatam Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Prasadena Sakudumbasya Jnana Vairagya Jivan Mukti Praptyatam Adya Purvokta Evam Guna Visheshena Vishishtayam Asyam Shupadito Purna Arogya Yukta Dragata Yogika Sharira Sityatam Paramashiva Shakti Avishkaranatam Nityananda Yoga Vyasam Karishye.
Good. And with this, we're going to take one funnel Ugardi of water, washing off our hands. And then
Om Apopasprishya.
we're going to rise up into a standing position. You can move your Panchapatram and Udarni out of harm's way to make sure that you're not harming yourself or rolling over, falling onto it and causing any damage. So make sure that you have some space available to you. Today we got our warm up as usual. I've been skipping the skeleton dance the past few days. I'll make sure that we remember that. We'll have some music ready for you to enliven our morning. We're going to start this yoga practice today, though, with our warm up as per usual, working our way from the crown of the head down towards the feet. Let's all start with a standing position if you're not yet rised up onto your yoga mat. And we're just going to make some nice big circles with our head, rotating in a nice long, full circle, tilting the head backwards to the side and down. Start to get some movement in an area that has been quite stationary throughout our sleep. And as you go through this motion, you might start to feel the subtle tweaks or subtle ache, or maybe just a space that needs a little bit more attention. Feel free to pause and provide yourself that extra awareness to maybe stretch out an area that feels a little bit more tension than usual or compared to the rest of the neck. Okay. And as we stop and rotate in the other direction, again, the same thing. Give yourself that time and space to open up an area that may need a little more attention than the others. Okay. While you're here, you're really trying to reach around in whatever direction the crown of the head is pointing towards. So if I'm pointing down, I'm trying to push and stretch out the neck slightly. Same if I'm going to the side or towards the back. Just give yourself a nice little stretch, not too much, but just a little bit extra to start to get some blood flowing and moving through this fragile part of our body. Okay, and then bringing the head to a neutral position, we're just going to go up and down. So tilting the chin towards the chest, you can gently press down on the back of the head to bring the chin more towards the chest. Using mostly gravity to press down the head, you can gently use your strength of your arm to press down a little bit further. But again, taking care that you're not harming yourself, you're not doing any damage, you're just giving a nice little extra stretch here. Okay. Same thing, we're going to raise the chin up towards the ceiling. And you can press down on the forehead or lift the chin up from the bottom with the hand, whatever is most suitable or best for you. Raising the forehead up, giving yourself a nice stretch. And then coming to a neutral spine position. You're going to, with the head in a normal position, just turn from side to side, nice and slow. But as you go to the side, you're going to start trying to almost like look beyond that respective shoulder of whatever direction your head is pointing towards. Okay, again, not trying to overdo it. Good. And from here, we're going to bring our hands onto our shoulders and start by making some nice subtle rotations. And you can go bigger and bigger to the point where you're really opening up your chest on your way back when you bring the elbows back, rising them up as high as you can. And then ideally, if you can get them to touch in the center, that's what we're going for. So nice big open circles. Not a race here. Just making sure that you're opening up your chest and stretching out the back, warming up our shoulders as well as the upper body. Good. And we're going to rotate in the opposite direction here. Okay. Then from here, we're going to extend our hands out. We're going to make some nice big circles. Okay. So just start by throwing the hands up and around. And then we're going to start by making smaller and smaller circles. So make sure the elbows are tense here, locked. And we're going to go smaller and smaller to the point where we're making nice, quick little circles with our hands, nice and tight. And then we're going to go in reverse direction, opposite direction you were going. Nice and tight. Should start to feel that warm up the shoulders quite a bit. And we'll go a little bit bigger, a little bigger. And then again, nice and big for a few more moments here. Good. And then we're going to just go across the body. Back and forth. Then we're going to go up and down in opposite directions. All right. And then we're going to go opposite directions again, vertical circles. Again, trying to wake up that left and right brain hemisphere, that connection. An awkward movement at first. You might find that you're just doing swimming and both arms are going forwards. To break it down, start with both hands vertical, bring them to a parallel position back and forth, and then to the side, and then just bring them up the opposite direction. So break it down into steps. And then once you kind of get those steps down, you're going to start to make it a little bit more fluid of emotion. And then as that gets more and more fluid, you find that you're able to start throwing them around, okay? We'll go in the opposite direction. So again, breaking it down in steps, right hand forward, left hand back, parallel to the ground, then to the hips, and then right hand back, left hand up, and then vertical. So just break it down into steps. And then when you feel comfortable and ready, you can start to go much faster. Good. Gets easier as you try it. So continue to kind of work through that mental confusion, that brain fog that these early hours may be making it a little bit more difficult for us. Next, we're going to move into opening up our upper body, just gentle swing side to side. If you have lower back pain or upper back pain, make sure you're giving yourself some time and space here again to go through this nice and slow. Not trying to overdo anything right away. We have, I think there's maybe one twist today. So maybe if you want to go a little bit deeper into twist, today isn't so much a twisting of the upper body day. You give yourself a little bit of an extra pull at the top if you're feeling like you're capable and it feels right for you. Good. Now we're going to bring our hands to our hips and make some nice big circles, rotating in all directions. Same with the neck and all the other parts of the body. If you're noticing a little bit of a pinch or tightness, give yourself a little bit of time and space to open that up. I'm feeling pretty good though, I gotta be honest. How's everybody feeling here? Good, yeah? Are you sore anywhere? No? He's perfect. He's eternally 16. Good. We're going to rotate in the other direction. Again, nice big circles. Good. Now we're going to warm up our knees by bringing our feet together. Okay, slightly bending them. Hands are on top of the thighs. And you're going to start with small circles. And then ideally, you're going to slowly increase that size of the circle to go beyond the toes, bringing the knees beyond the toes, and even the knees beyond the sides of the feet. Okay. And then as you come back up, you're going to extend the knees slightly. But you're trying to make nice big circles. Again, not at a pace where we're racing or anything here. We're just trying to open up and get some blood flowing to this area that really doesn't get a whole lot of blood as is, especially when we're laying vertical for multiple hours during our sleep. So try and get the blood flowing through the knees at a pace that feels comfortable and right. Good. Then we're going to stop and go in the opposite direction. And again, going a little bit bigger if you can, going a little bit further beyond the toes, a little bit wider beyond the sides of the feet. Good. Rising up. We're going to balance on one foot, extend the opposite leg, and start rotating the foot that's raised off of the ground and into circles. So imagine drawing a circle with your big toe. It might look like a bit of a square box. Nothing wrong with that. Just try and make it as much of a perfect circle as you can. Develop that coordination. And we'll stop and go in the opposite direction. You may notice that one direction is easier than the other for you. Maybe one foot is better than the other. Either way, just try and bring your conscious awareness here to make it as graceful of a circle as you can. We'll stop and go in the opposite foot. Good, and then switch the directions. All right, nicely done. Okay, with this, we're going to move into our skeleton dance. So with the skeleton dance, there's two things that we're focusing on as we jam out to the music, okay? We're going to have a strong visualization of a skeleton structure. So visualize yourself as nothing but bones. Forget about the tissue and the clothes. Just drop everything except for the visualization that you are a skeleton structure, okay? With that visualization, and as the mind wanders, bring yourself back to it, okay? Along with that, we're shaking the body intensely, okay? Complete random movements. You can do things in ways that you're attuned to your body. For instance, if I'm feeling my wrists are a little bit stiff, then I can spend some time shaking those out. Nothing wrong with that. But also at the same time, try and remember that we are doing a chaotic movement, random movement, something that isn't really all that coordinated. So let the body shake, let it open up in random and weird ways, and do so intensely. Okay? It's a very powerful, dynamic part of every Nithyananda yoga class. And so take full advantage of these few minutes here. And we're already going to be on the mat now for the next, hour and a bit. So take full advantage, wake up, blood flowing, and to have a breakthrough today as we jump into the asanas moving forward, okay? So with this, bring your eyes to a close. You can keep them open or closed throughout. I prefer to have them closed, and then maybe I'll slightly open them just so I can see what's going on around me. Make sure that you don't have any, objects or people around you that are gonna cause some harm to you or any others. And we're gonna just start by, with that visualization in our inner space of skeleton structure, start by moving our body nice and slowly, getting used to this movement. And then we're going to slowly start to increase that speed as the music starts to play and we go deeper and deeper into it. Okay? And again, reminder, chaotic random movements.
ஆனந்தமா போற்றி பாடி கொண்டாடுங்கடி
That's it. Keep going. Keep going. Doing great. Shaking the body intensely. That's the last few moments here. Intensify it. Go for another 10, 9. Good. And keep your eyes closed. Keeping your eyes closed, you can keep yourself on your mat and walk back and forth for a few steps if you'd like. And either way, slowly trying to calm the breath by taking deep inhalations through the nose. Nice long, deep exhalations out of your mouth. And then coming to a still standing position wherever you are. Let the shoulders sink down. You continue taking deep inhalations through the nose. Nice long, deep exhalations out of the mouth. And start to, again, calming that breath and heartbeat. Just take a moment to notice what you're feeling internally. If you're feeling any vibrations or energy stirring within you. And remind yourself that the powerful teaching Swamiji's been revealing recently in that energy is generated within you. So bring your own energy this morning. Nothing is going to come outside of us and save us and make us manifest our ultimate. It is the energy, the conscious intention, that willpower coming from within us that's going to enliven us and help us achieve our ultimate possibilities. Okay, you can slowly start to open up your eyes if you haven't done so. And we're going to begin today's yoga class by coming down into a seated position. Okay, so everybody can settle down onto their yoga mat in a seated position. And we've got some good hip openers today. We've got a few different challenging postures, but at the beginning of the class, we're going to be focusing on opening up our hips and a little bit of the Pachima, the western side of the body, so the backside of our body. We're jumping into asana number 129 of the Nithyananda Vinyasa Krama, which is a challenging posture in that you are trying to lift up your legs, both respective legs, wrap your arms underneath and interlace your fingers behind your head. Okay, so there's a lot of challenging components to this posture. And since we are just settling down onto your mat, maybe you aren't feeling completely lubricated just yet. We're going to loosen up our bodies and try and get rid of some of that stiffness before we jump into this challenging posture. Okay, so we're going to start off with Paschimottanasana actually. And if you know the posture, just from a seated position, extending your legs out straight in front of you with the toes pointed upwards. We're going to times, and you'll notice that you're going to be able to open yourself up a little bit more time and awareness you provide to your body, more listening you give to your body. Okay, so taking a deep inhalation through the nose. We're going to exhale and lean forward and down and start to reach towards your toes. Okay, so maybe that means you just hold on to your your calves, or sorry, your shins, and your chest is maybe quite a bit away from your thighs. Nothing wrong with that. The goal here is to not raise the knees, okay? You want to keep your legs as straight as possible, knees locked as you lean forward and down, okay? And even if you're somebody that is able to bring the forehead all the way down to their shins, that's great. You don't need to do that right away, though, okay? Start off by listening to your body and slowly progress into it. So for myself, I I start to feel the stretch even from this point onwards in the morning, but I know after a little bit of time and awareness, I can come quite a bit further down. But right now, my body's saying, you know what, I am not capable of doing that. So I'm just going to inch my way a little bit further and further down and do so in a safe manner. Okay, you may feel this in your lower back, you may feel this in your hamstrings, in your calves, maybe the backs of the knees. Wherever you're feeling it, just feel it. Bring your awareness there. Allow yourself to be in this space of discomfort. And the more that you feel that discomfort, the more that you kind of notice, oh, it's not, not really real, or it's not really holding me back. And you may find that you're able to start leaning a little bit further and further down. Okay. And so as we go deeper into this, what we're doing is we're sitting with the discomfort, we're inhaling, and then we're just exhaling and leaning a little bit more forward and down. And again, we're leading with our chest. So rather than trying to bring the forehead down and arch our spine, we're actually elongating the spine and leading. And imagine we're almost being pulled forward from the chest. Okay. Yes, the back's going to arch at some point, but just as a good cue is to lead with the chest, which means you're going to begin with that flexibility in the lower body, then rather arching the spine. Okay. And so, as I said, we're going to cycle through this. Before we do so, let's just go a little bit deeper for a few more moments. Take a deep inhalation and exhale and lean a little bit more forward and down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then you could slowly rise up. Nicely done. You can bring your hands behind you if you want to lean all the way back, and you're just going to shake out your hamstrings and your legs. You can rotate your knees from side to side. If you want to twist your upper body, feel free to do so. Loosen up the body. We'll go through this again a couple more times. Give ourselves a little bit of space today to open up a region that desperately needs it. If you're somebody that sits in a chair all day long, your legs locked in this stationary position, your hamstrings and the backside of the body really starts to tighten up. So let's open that space up. Again, we'll begin by extending our legs out straight. Avoid bending the knees as you lean forward. If you keep your legs straight and you can only go this far, that's completely fine. You should make sure that the knees are locked though, and give yourself that opportunity to stretch out the hamstrings, which isn't really possible when we're keeping them engaged. Okay, so extending the knees, toes pointing upwards. Again, taking a deep inhalation through the nose, exhaling forward. And right away, you may start to notice, oh, I'm able to go a lot further than it was the very first time I did this morning. Okay, again, as you start to go through this cycle with deep inhalations through the nose, we're unclutching with each and every exhalation. Okay, and as you unclutch, you're bringing your awareness, you're tuning into your body, noticing what you feel, where you feel it. Don't let the mind run away from that space of discomfort. Rather focus and bring more awareness into the areas that you're feeling the stress and the tension and that discomfort that doesn't necessarily feel good, but it somehow also feels good. Okay, and so following your own breath, continue taking deep inhalations through the nose. Okay, the tendency is we start to shorten our breath and it becomes more chaotic. Try and weave your way through this discomfort with nice, long, slow, deep inhalations through the nose and nice, long, deep exhalations out of the mouth. Bringing the chest further and further down as you do so. And if you're able to hold on to your toes now, or maybe a little bit deeper down onto your shins, either way, wherever you're at is perfect. But just challenge yourself to continue expanding and continue exploring that discomfort in the hamstrings, in the backside of the body. Okay, and so we'll take one last deep inhalation here. Nice long, deep exhalation out of the mouth, and lean forward and further down. And we'll hold this for another 10 seconds or so. Good. Slowly rise up. Again, bringing the hands either to the sides or slightly behind you. You can rotate your knees from side to side, lift up your knees and shake out your legs. Okay. Whatever feels right for you. If you want to twist from side to side, if you're feeling this a little bit too much in your lower back or feels nice, just listen to your body right now. Give yourself that space to loosen up. You want to bend your knees and them flat on the ground. Whatever feels right. Okay. We'll go into this one last time, and you'll definitely be able to notice that, okay, you're able to go much deeper into this posture this time around. So continue to explore how deep you can go in a safe manner without overdoing it, but just listening to your body and gently progressing through the movement, okay? So begin by taking a nice deep inhalation again through the nose. Elongate your spine as you do so, and then exhale, and a reminder to lean forward through the chest, pulling further and further down using the strength of your core, with the chest coming further and further first. And then once you kind of reach that point of, okay, my chest can't go any further, then you can bring your forehead slightly further down as well. Okay? Whether you notice this in the lower back or the hamstrings or the calves, either way, just bring your awareness to those points of discomfort and breathe into that space. With each deep inhalation through the nose, focusing on getting rid of that chaotic and shortened breath, take conscious deep inhalations through the nose. You may notice you rise up a little bit, nothing wrong. And then exhale and go further and further down with each deep exhalation. Exploring that discomfort and exploring your ultimate possibilities this morning. Deep inhalations through the nose, unclutching further and further down with each exhalation. We'll take 2 more deep inhalations here through the nose, going deeper and deeper. And one last deep inhalation. And unclutch as deep as you can. Good. Slowly rising up. And again, shaking out those feet one last time. Bending the knees, bringing the feet flat onto the ground, rocking side to side, whatever feels right for you. Nicely done. Okay. So our first posture today, Bhujasana. Again, it requires some hamstring flexibility. Also requires just being able to pull that leg back quite a bit. So we're just going to go through this 1 foot at a time first by pulling and driving our knee back. So what I'm going to do is I'm lifting up my right knee. My right knee is bent. I'm bringing my right hand in between, so from the middle, in between my leg, and wrapping it around my right foot. And then holding onto the right side of my foot with my right hand. Okay. I can bring my left hand there as well. And I'm just going to start opening up, driving that right knee back, opening up that hip flexor, or not flexor, opening up that hip and groin. Okay. As I drive that knee back, I can kind of explore that region by pushing back with my hand, opening up my foot or my groin. And then you can even pull the foot towards the chest as well. Start to explore this hip region and allow this area to start to loosen up. Okay. The goal here is we are going to be trying to get that foot over top of the respective shoulder and then interlace the fingers behind the neck. Let's give ourselves a moment to try and create a little bit more space here. Okay. You can bring a little bit of active tension here as well by trying to kick your foot forward with your hands interlaced. And then loosen up and see if your foot can go a little bit further backwards. You're able to drive that hip a little bit more behind you. Okay. But explore your body here. Give yourself a little bit of space to loosen up this region. It requires some deep hip flexibility. You want to start to explore bringing that foot over top of your shoulder, the back of the knee over top of the shoulder. Feel free to do so. But again, give yourself this opportunity to tune in, notice what you're feeling in this region, and see if you can go a little bit deeper. Maybe bring the foot a little bit higher over top of the shoulder if you're exploring that. Good. You can slowly release. We'll do the same thing on the opposite foot as well. So again, with my left foot bent, I'm bringing my left arm underneath the left knee, wrapping it and holding my left foot from the outside with my left hand. I'm bringing my right hand to the left foot as well, and I'm just going to try and create a little bit of space and see if I notice any tension, stress. You may feel nothing here, and that's completely fine, but try and find and explore something. There's got to be some discomfort. There's got to be some tension somewhere. And when you find that space, just pause there. Bring your awareness and open it up simply from having that listening and that attentiveness. Okay. Start to, again, explore, and maybe you pull your foot towards your chest and that feels good for you right now. Or maybe you're lifting up your leg and bring it over top and seeing if you can get your foot high up so the knee comes all the way over the top of that left shoulder. Okay. Again, we are going to be trying to explore and get to a position in this first asana today where your shoulders or your legs are over your shoulders and you're interlacing your fingers around the neck. If you're like me, if you're not really able to do that just yet, these postures will help us get there. And same thing, if you want to actively work towards this, you can kick your foot forward using just your own strength, driving your foot forward and simultaneously pressing up your hands against that force, and then release and see if you can push and drive that hip back a little bit further. You may notice a difference there. Good. All right. Slowly loosen that up, and with legs extended, just give yourself one last shake. All right, from here, we're going to try and jump into Bhujasana. Okay, so from a seated position, we're going to lightly lean back and start to find a little bit of balance on our sitting bones. So with both legs lifted up, we're going to try and be balancing on our sitting bones. So we'll start by lifting up one foot and trying to drive it over top of the respective shoulder. Okay. If you're able to get the foot over top of the shoulder and bring the hand to the back of the neck, that's what the goal is. Okay. We'll first start by lifting up the second foot though, keeping both legs over top of the respective shoulder. Okay. If you're like me, if your legs start to fall down the shoulders, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. It may just mean that you won't quite have that mobility and flexion to get the fingers wrapped around the neck. Either way, do the best you can. Find that space of exploration where you're almost able to do the next level part of the posture. Okay? Either way, though, give yourself this opportunity to get onto your sitting bones and find that balancing point while each respective foot is raised over top of the shoulder. Okay? And if you're able to interlace your fingers and get your hands behind your head, as demonstrated to the right on your screen, great job. Okay? While you're here in Bhujasana, you're visualizing yourself as a cobra. At this point in the sequence, we are taking deep inhalations through the nose. Nice long, deep exhalations out of the mouth. And Rechaka Kumaka. So control your exhalations as you challenge yourself to go deeper and further into this posture. Okay? Keep Mula Bandha engaged, so engage the perennial floor. Seal off that region. Keep the prana inside of you. No matter whether you're performing the posture perfectly, quote unquote, or you're just exploring and getting closer and closer to that desired alignment. Either way, you can take advantage of the posture through an authentic breathing pattern. Okay, so deep inhalations through the nose, and then slowly controlling on that exhalation, visualizing yourself as a cobra as you have Om Nithyananda Padma Shivoham rotating in your throat center. This is Bhujasana.
Shirasanam tu vinyeyam kaksha sanamatah param krivasanam cha paramam bhujasa nami hochate.
Good. Slowly releasing down, relaxing the feet, maybe relaxing your arms as well. Might start to feel that in your biceps a little bit as you pull your feet up. Okay. Next posture is a very similar setup, but to take it to the next level, you're going to be wrapping your arms rather than around your neck. You're going to wrap your arms around your lower thigh and see if you can interlace them around the lower back. So with both legs over top of their respective shoulders, you're taking that hand now and bring it around the back, just above the glute, and seeing if you can do that on both sides. Okay, very challenging posture. If you want to go through this one leg at a time and just wrapping the hands and interlacing the hands around each leg one at a time, you can feel free to do so. Or if you're able to perform the full posture, like demonstrated to the right on your screen, the same thing is the previous posture in Bujasana, you're trying to find that balancing point where you're lifting both feet up off the ground in a nice stable position. Okay? Either way, give yourself a chance and an opportunity to just see where you're at. Okay. Again, it's a next level posture. It's not an easy posture to perform, but do the best you can. Okay. You can begin by bringing one foot over top of the respective shoulder, and then see if you can bring that second foot over top as high as you can. And no matter where you're at, try and find that balancing point. If you just hold here, nothing wrong. You want to try and release each foot and bring the hands wrapped around the body. You can do so. Okay. Or if you want to release one foot, keep the opposite over top of the shoulder and interlace the fingers behind that one leg. Feel free to do so. Okay. Either way, find your opportunity for growth and expansion today. In Kailasa, we're visualizing ourselves as a beautiful and auspicious goddess here. Okay. Deep inhalations through the nose. After the deep inhalation, nice slow, controlled exhalation. Sakala Krama. So as we go through challenging and difficult positions, tendency is to shorten the breath, and it becomes a little bit more chaotic. If you notice that, catch yourself and start to breathe in a nice, calm, smooth flow. Nice deep inhalation, a slow, long exhalation out of the mouth as you gaze to the tip of the nose. Okay? Keep the Mula Bandha engaged here and the same japa rotating in the throat center as you rest, visualizing yourself as an auspicious and beautiful goddess in Kailasa.
दो हाथ पागाम विचियाने तिनको गोड़ा निचैताने.
Good. Nicely done. Slowly releasing your legs, releasing that bind. And you can shake out the knees, the hips, the lower back, wherever you're feeling a little bit of stress. And we're going to move into a different part of the sequence now. We'll begin with, let's all bring the right knee down onto the mat and place the right foot flat and bring your perineum on top of your raised heel. So what I mean by that is bend your right knee, bring it behind you, and then sit on top of the heel. Okay. From that position, bring your left foot to the right hip so the knees stack. Similar to Gomukhasana, except you're sitting down on top of the right heel. Okay, your perineum is just on top of that right heel. Okay, you're going to bring your left or your hands onto the opposite knee. So my right hand is on my left knee, my left hand is on the right. From this position, deep inhalations through the nose as you elongate your spine and open up your chest. Gazing forward, visualize Swamiji removing all crises in your life. Okay. We're going to keep Mula Bandha engaged, which should be naturally sealed now. So the perineum is pressed right up against that right knee, or right heel, sorry, which naturally locks Mula Bandha, but just keep that lower region engaged. And with deep inhalations through the nose, we're going to constrict the inhalation slightly. Okay, so we're moving into Ujjayi Pranayama, which is that ocean-like sound. You're going to take a deep inhalation through the back of the throat, but through the nose. And you should feel that ocean-like sound. And then you're going to exhale out of the nostrils. If you're able to exhale out of one nostril in particular, if you're able to exhale out of the left nostril, that is what the pramana says. That deep inhalation through the nose with that constricted breath. And then exhaling just out of the one nostril. You're not able to quite have that control, nothing wrong. Just have that focus, that intention to release out of the one nostril. Okay. And again, in Shankatasana, visualize Swamiji in your inner space. He's removing all of the crises, all the obstacles, all of the challenges, all of the chaos in your world, whether inner or outer. And rest in this space of completeness. From the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, held in our Vishuddhi chakra in the throat center, rotating in this powerful position. Keep the spine elongated, the chest expanded.
Vamapadam chitirmulam samyasya dharanitale padadandena yam yena veshtayed vamapadakam.
Good. Nicely done. From this part of the sequence, we're going to just slightly slide out the right foot. So it comes to the right heel, or the left hip. Okay, so now the heels and the feet are just outside of the opposite hip, so you can adjust your knees so they stack a little bit more vertically on top of one another. Maybe pull your feet towards the hips so they're closer to the body. Okay. Wherever you're at, either way, we're going to place our hands on top of the respective raised knee. With our gaze straight ahead, maintaining Ujjayi Pranayama. In Dhenukasana, we're visualizing a cow in our inner space. Okay. Slight variation of Gomukhasana. In this position, we're going to be engaging Uddiyana Bandha. So with deep inhalations in Ujjayi Pranayama, Ujjayi Kumbhaka, with inhaling with that restricted breath through the nose, hearing that ocean-like sound as you do so. As you make that deep inhalation, extending the spine, so rising up a little bit taller, opening up the chest and letting the shoulders sink down. And then when you need to, taking a nice long deep exhalation out of the nose. And then here what we're going to do is we're going to hold the breath after that exhalation and then suck the stomach in and up. As best you can, holding that breath, holding that kumbhaka, challenging yourself in this posture. Okay, so if you're feeling a little bit cold today, this should definitely heat you up. The longer you challenge yourself to hold the breath without any oxygen, without any air or limited air, the more intensely you're going to feel that heat start to generate within you. Okay. So again, the pattern here that we're following with Mula Bandha engaged, visualizing ourselves as a cow in our inner space. You're going to take a deep inhalation in Ujjayi Pranayama through the nose, hearing that ocean-like sound, that restricted inhalation. Once the lungs are completely filled, hold your breath here for a moment. Okay. Reestablish your alignment. So drop the shoulders down, open up the chest, let the crown of the head rise tall so the spine is straight. And then we're going to exhale out of the nostril. and hold the breath at the bottom of the exhalation, and then suck the stomach inwards and then up as intensely as you can, challenging yourself to hold that Uddiyana Bandha as long as comfortably possible. Okay? So going through this cycle of deep inhalations, nice holding, and then taking a nice long exhalation at the bottom, feeling the perineal floor, sucking the stomach in and up as best you can. Holding the breath as long as you can in that position. Well, the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, is rotating in your throat center. Okay? Keeping the visualization of a cow in your inner space. We'll go through this one more time in this cycle of deep inhalations through the nose. Nice long, deep exhalations at the end of that kumbhaka. And then challenge yourself, pulling the stomach inwards and then up. Intensifying that kumbhaka, that bandha as best you can. This is Dhenukasana.
Anushagi Nagara Panchadam Vrishilida Galyani Daya Dyagalivanka Pagaloni Daya Kuru.
Nicely done. Taking a deep inhalation through your nose, catching your breath. Next, we're going to slide our foot. So if your left knee is raised on top of your right, you're going to slide your left heel. So it is the left foot is just on top of the right knee almost. So maybe what we'll do is we'll do this in the opposite direction. So keep your left foot on top of your right thigh, and then adjust your right foot so it comes just on top of the left knee. Okay, so it's close to Padmasana, but not quite the same position. Okay, then we're going to bring your right hand around the back and try and hold on to the left thigh and place the left hand on the right thigh. Okay, so you're going to twist your body slightly with this Padmasana-like position. Okay, so I've got my left foot on top of my right hip, and my right foot is more towards the left knee. I'm bringing my right hand around and almost trying to hold on to that left hip, and my left hand is onto my right knee, and I'm twisting in the opposite direction away towards the right. Okay, if you're doing this on the other side, nothing wrong. Either way, give yourself this opportunity to open up the chest, open up the spine. You might feel this in the lumbar spine as you twist towards the opposite direction. Now, if you're in this posture or your foot is off of the ground or off of the knee and you're just in Ardha Padmasana, nothing wrong with that. Okay, if you're not even able to put that other foot on top of the right thigh this morning, you could sit and put a regular Sukhasana as well. Okay, either way, take advantage of this simple twisting posture. As mentioned at the beginning of the class, this is pretty much one of the only twists today. So give ourselves this opportunity to massage the internal organs as you keep the spine elongated and the chest opened up towards the back. Okay. While you're here, you're still engaging that Ujjayi Pranayama, a deep inhalation through the nose, and that restricted inhalation. And you're gazing up to the third eye as you hold that kumbhaka, as you hold the breath. Okay. Either way, challenge yourself to hold the breath as long as you can comfortably with the Mula Bandha engaged and Machandrasana. Okay. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, rotating in the throat center. visualizing Swamiji in your inner space while you hold here, while you increase that twist. Okay. Deep, slow inhalations through the nose, nice long, slow exhalations out of the nose.
Vamajangagaphaladachitane, Vamahastapishti Bahuru Dachana Parahai Joyi, Takinali Jupakare Soi.
Good. Coming back around into a neutral spine position. So if your legs were in Sukhasana, nothing wrong. You keep them in Sukhasana. If they were close to that Padmasana position, we're going to keep them in that same respective position on the thighs and the knees. Okay. What we're going to do here is we're going to lean forward so the forehead touches the ground and the chest should rise just above the knees. Okay. So you're going to hold on to your respective big toes and lean forward and down, bringing the forehead all the way down towards the ground. Okay, if you're not quite able to touch the ground, nothing wrong with that. Bring the chest down as far as it can go, though. And again, we're going to maintain Ujjayi Kumbhaka, so that restricted inhalation through the nose. Taking deep inhalations as you do so, and then exhaling out of the mouth at the end of that Kumbhaka, out of the nose at the end of that Kumbhaka. See if we can focus and exhale, releasing out of one nostril. Okay, with each exhalation, going a little bit further and further down. And holding this posture, you're going to visualize Swamiji in your inner space still. Okay? Mula Bandha is going to be engaged, and you're going to hold, maintaining that Kumbhaka as long as you can, deeply and comfortably, in this forward fold position. If the mind wanders, continue bringing yourself back to the intention of why we're here and performing the posture as best you can. Challenge yourself with each and every exhalation to go a little bit further down. After a nice long, deep inhalation through the nose, in that restricted ocean-like sound, Ujjayi Kumbhaka. Holding the breath at the top of that inhalation and exhaling out of the nostril. If you find yourself getting bored or you're not really performing the posture because you think it's too easy, remind yourself that it just means you're not fully involved in the various different components. Most important component in many postures is the kumbhaka itself. So taking a deep inhalation through the nose, holding the breath as long as you can means just that. Hold your breath as long as you can. There is no way you're going to be bored, I promise you, if you're holding your breath as long as you can. If you're feeling you're not getting benefits from a particular posture, I promise you, you're going to feel like you're getting benefits if you hold your breath as long as you can. And as long as you can means to the point where it's like, imagine you're underwater and you're not able to breathe because you're not quite yet at the surface level. And so because you're underwater, you can't breathe. Challenge yourself to explore closer and closer to that intensity where you're almost desperate for oxygen. The closer you get to that space, that's when the heat really starts to intensify within the body. And that is when we really start to get the benefits of kumbhaka, of pranayama. And doing this in, of course, a safe and controlled manner and even in a smooth manner. You get better and better at it as you go. Okay? So with one final deep inhalation in Ujjayi Kumbhaka, holding the breath at the top of that inhalation, keeping the forehead down towards the ground. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Connect with him as you seal the perennial floor, Mulabandha engaged. We're gazing outwards, but eternally gazing within us, feeling the consciousness pervade our entire body, and holding the Kumbhaka as long as you can.
Pratama Jimano Charachu Joy, Vama Janga Parirake Soy, Taki Edi Kariso, Lave Bhavuri, Jagati Jaraha, Ora Karare.
Nicely done. Rising up on that inhalation, coming to a neutral spine position. From this position, we're going to bring our hands and just place them on, interlaced on top of our opposite knee. Okay, so we're going to bring our hands and place them on top of our left knee at this point. And keep the spine elongated. Again, the tendency is we just relax and we kind of sink our chest down and bring that weight and stress into the lumbar spine. Keep the upper part of the spine, the thoracic spine, nice and tall. Open up your chest. Feel proud. Okay, bring your shoulders back. We're going to maintain Ujjayi Kumbhaka, so that deep inhalation through the nose and that ocean-like sound. In this position, though, in this Guru Asana position, we're going to be visualizing Swamiji, and at the top of that inhalation or the exhalation, okay, I encourage you to explore each point of the Kumbhaka. Okay, you're going to seal the perennial floor, tuck the chin down, and again, suck the stomach inwards and up. And challenge yourself to hold that Kumbhaka for as long as you can. Okay, relax into the tension and the stress and the heat that starts to build up, and see how long you can hold the breath comfortably as you, again, find solace and comfort in your visualization, which is Swamiji in your inner space. Okay, this is Guru Asana. We're going to have Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham rotating in the throat center in this position. Okay, as you hold that Kumbhaka, reminder to keep that spine long and that chin tucked nice and tightly against the chest. And continue challenging yourself to hold the breath as long as you can comfortably after the deep inhalations and exhalations out of the nose and through the nose in Ujjayi Kumbhaka. This is Guru Asana.
Urumule Itavara Padasya Kanishtika Pradesha Gulpam Samstabhya Tadeva Janu Itarapada Parishni Samstabhya Drishte Hasta Similaye Guru Asanam Bhavati.
Nicely done. Releasing. You're getting to a point where you're almost gasping for air. That's really where you're going to get some intense kumbhakas in. So a great focus, a great way of going through these kumbhakas is trying to hold your breath as long as the mantra is being chanted. Okay, whether you're able to do so or not is irrelevant, but it's a good tipping point and goal for you to try and achieve each time is to hold that breath as long as the mantra is chanted. I almost prefer a nice long mantra because it challenges me to hold the breath longer than I thought I could have. Okay. Either way, though, we're going to release that right foot, and this time we're going to bend the left knee and bring the heel behind us to our side so we can sit on top of the left heel now, placing the perineum just on top of the left raised heel. Okay. Similar to Gomukhasana, you're going to cross that right foot and stack the respective knees. Okay. And we're going to place our hands on the opposite knee. So my left hand is coming on top of my right knee, and my right hand is coming on top of my left. Okay. From this position, we're going to again open up our chest, elongate the spine, and let the shoulders sink down. Okay. And keep Mula Bandha engaged. So seal that perineal floor. Should be nice and easy to do that with the heel pressed right up against the perineum. And in Shankatasana, we're visualizing Swamiji removing all of the crises in our lives. Okay. Performing the same sequence on the opposite side that we just went through. Taking deep inhalations through the nose and Ujjayi Kumbhaka with that restricted ocean-like sound. Holding the breath comfortably at the end of that inhalation. When you need to, exhaling out of the left nostril. And the japa Om Nithyananda Padmashivoham rotating through the throat center. Visualize and experience yourself as being in that space of completeness, with no stress, no worries, no chaos, whether in the inner or outer worlds that you exist in. This is Shankatasana.
Vamaparam chitirmulam samyasya dharanitale paradandena yam yena veshtayet vamaparakam.
Nicely done. Exhaling, and then we're going to release that right foot, or sorry, that left foot from underneath the perineum and readjust your knees and your feet. So your knees are directly right on top of one another. Maybe you can pull your feet a little bit closer to the hips. Okay. Either way, do the best you can to find your perfect alignment. Then we're going to bring our hands and place them on top of the raised knee. Okay. Dhenukasana, visualizing a cow in our inner space as we continue that Ujjayi Kumbhaka, a restricted inhalation deeply through the nose. Holding your breath comfortably as long as you can. Again, I encourage you to explore this after both inhalations and exhalations. So you can hold your breath after the inhalation, seal the perineal floor, and suck the stomach inwards and up in Uddiyana Bandha. And then when you feel ready, you can exhale, release Uddiyana Bandha. Allow the air to flow out of the singular nostril. And then through the next cycle, you can, again, seal the perineal floor. But after the exhalation, engage Uddiyana Bandha, sucking the stomach inwards and up. And seeing if you notice a difference. You may notice it becomes much more intense, quicker with the exhalation versus the inhalation. But you may feel more energy or maybe more empowered, able to hold the position longer, but maybe not as quite as deep, engaging Uddiyana Bandha after the inhalation. Okay, so explore and see what you notice, see what you feel. Both are correct. There are pramanas saying both to perform Uddiyana Bandha after inhalation and to perform Uddiyana Bandha after exhalation. Either way, though, intensify the bandha as best you can. So suck your stomach in as best you can. Pull the stomach up as best you can. All the while visualizing a cow in your inner space. and trying to find that alignment with the spine tall and the chest broad and the shoulders sinking down. Challenging yourself to hold this kumbhaka. Okay. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, rotating in the throat center. This is Dhenukasana.
Anushaginagarpancharam Brishilindam Galyamni Nayajagalivanka Bagalonidayukuru.
Nicely done. Slowly exhaling. Again, through the nostrils best you can. Next, we're going to switch into that Padmasana-like position in the Chandrasana. So you're going to just bring your right foot back towards the left hip now. And if this is as far as you can go, nothing wrong with that. You don't need to bring that left heel on top of the right knee. Maybe you're just sitting in Sukhasana itself, okay? But just exploring wherever you're at today. Okay, if you're able to bring the left or the right foot on top of the left hip, and then see if you can bring that left foot and place it on top of the right knee so you're not pulling the foot all the way to the opposite hip. This time we're going to twist towards the left, bringing our left hand outside of the right hip, and the right hand comes to the left knee. Okay, and we're going to give ourselves a gentle twist. Before doing so, just double check and tune in to make sure that your spine is nice and tall, elongated, so your chest is opened up, your shoulders are back. And then from that position, at safe alignment, you can twist and open up your left side of your body, bring your left shoulder towards the back of the room, and start to gaze behind you as well. And from this position, again, we're inhaling in Ujjayi Kumbhaka, deeply through the nose, holding the breath as long as you can comfortably as you twist and open up that chest. And then when you feel you need to, exhaling through the nose, through the nostril, all the while keeping Mula Bandha engaged, so sealing the perineal floor, visualizing Swamiji in your inner space. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, rotating in the throat center. This is Machandra Asana.
Vamajangah paradachitane Vamahastapishitishiyane Bahuro dachana parahai joyi Takinare jupakare soyi.
Good. And slowly unwinding on that exhalation and bringing the spine back to a neutral position. If you want to go a little bit beyond and twist to the opposite direction, just give yourself a nice slight little counter pose. Feel free to do so. Either way, we're going to bring ourselves to a neutral spine position from a similar setup. So if you're still in Sukhasana or Ardha Padmasana, or you're closer towards this Padmasana position, either way, we're going to hold on to the opposite toes that are on the respective sides of the body with our index and middle fingers. And we're going to lean forward, leading with the chest, bringing the forehead down towards the ground. Okay. Maintaining Ujjayi Kumbhaka, so that deep inhalation through the nose, that restricted inhalation. Hold the breath as long as you can comfortably, and then exhaling at the tip or the end of your Kumbhaka, end of the breath hold through the nostril. Okay, so nice long, deep inhalations through your nose in a Sukhasana or a cross-legged position, giving yourself this opportunity to hold your breath and challenge your body. Okay, exploring all of these different asanas. And as you exhale, maybe you're able to bring your chest a little bit further down towards the calves. Maybe you're able to get your forehead all the way down towards the ground. Either way, challenge yourself to hold the breath, hold the kumbhaka as long as you can. We're here. It's Brahma Muhurta hours. We're on the mat. We're not going anywhere, so might as well do our best and explore our possibilities. And in this simple, maybe you feel a boring position, again, I encourage you to challenge yourself and challenge your possibility of how long you can hold that kumbhaka comfortably, safely, and see and experience the power of pranayama by doing and holding the breath, by engaging and restricting the inhalation, breathing properly in Ujjayi Kumbhaka, visualizing your guru powerfully liberating and expanding you towards your ultimate possibility, bringing authenticity and action within this posture. And we'll go through this one more final time, ensuring that we have Mula Bandha engaged. Om Nithyananda Padmashivoham rotating in the throat center. Challenge yourself to keep the mind focused, visualizing Swamiji in your inner space, holding the kumbhaka comfortably in Ujjayi Kumbhaka.
Pratama Jimano Charanachujoi Vamajanga Parirake Soi Taki Edi Kidasholavi Bahuri Jugatihara Ora Karabe.
Good. And then slowly rising up. Nicely done. From this seated position, this time we're going to bring our hands, fingers interlaced, and place them on top of the right thigh. Guru Asana, bringing Swamiji into our inner space. Taking a deep inhalation through the nose. Ujjayi Kumbhaka. Holding the breath at the top. Seal the perineal floor. Tuck the chin down towards the chest. Pull the stomach inwards and up. Keep Om Nithyananda Padmashivoham rotating in the throat center. Visualize Swamiji liberating you as you hold this powerful posture with the spine elongated, making sure you're not sinking down into the lumbar spine. Chest is tall, shoulders sunken down. Guru Asana. Challenge yourself to hold the breath comfortably as long as you can. See if you can hold the breath until the mantra is completed chanting. And you could do this, again, after the inhalation or exhalation, either way, through the nose in Ujjayi Kumbhaka, restricted inhalation. Notice that ocean-like sound as you inhale. Engaging all three bandhas in Guru Asana.
Urumule Itarapadasya Kanishtika Vradesha Gulpam Samstapya Tadeva Janu Itarapada Parshni Samstapya Tishtet Hasto Similayet Guru Asanam Bhavati.
Nicely done. Great job. I'm hearing people hold their breaths along with me. That's exactly what we're going for. So, as your breath starts to calm down, we're going to release our feet from that cross-legged position and come to a resting position, really, with both feet flat onto the ground. If you want to extend both of your legs first beforehand, we can. Loosen up those knees, maybe loosen up your ankles if you feel a little bit of stress there. Again, either way, whether your feet are in Padmasana through those postures or in your Sukhasana position, just exploring and finding whatever's most suitable for you, but also challenging yourself. So if you're able to sit in Ardha Padmasana, but you're only sitting in Sukhasana, kind of taking it easy, you're missing out on your gains. You're missing out on exploring your possibilities for this day, which there's nothing wrong with doing that for one day. But if it becomes a pattern, every day you show up, you're not really exploring and expanding, then you're not giving yourself that opportunity to discover who you truly are, discovering your true ultimate possibility. Okay. And so that may be with something as simple as sitting in Padmasana when, or sitting in Sukhasana when you can sit in Ardha Padmasana. Okay. So challenge yourself to feel yourself out where you're at each and every day. Okay. We're going to come to a couple nice easy postures here in the Nithyananda Vinyasa Krama. So we're just going to bring both of our feet flat onto the ground. I'm going to wrap our arms around the raised knees. Okay. If you're able to hold on to the opposite elbows, you can do so. While you're here, though, you're going to try and, again, keep your spine elongated. So the tendency is we really start to relax in various different postures, especially if we're holding them for some time. In this specific posture, keep your chest open and tall, spine elongated as best you can. We're going to have Khichari Mudra, which is you're going to bring your tongue up against the roof of the mouth and pressing that tongue back as far as you can. Okay, you're still engaging Ujjayi Kumbhaka, so that ocean-like sound, that restricted inhalation, and then holding the breath in Kumbhaka at the tip. Okay, so challenge yourself to hold the breath. Okay, some of the most important components of every asana is how you're inhaling, how long you're holding the breath for, and how you're exhaling. All of this is the pranayama, which is centered around that breath retention, kumbhaka. Every asana, the pranayama is a kumbhaka. It's not ujjayi pranayama. The scripture says it's ujjayi kumbhaka. It's not samana pranayama, it's samana kumbhaka. It's not rechaka pranayama, it's rechaka kumbhaka. So every pranayama is actually a kumbhaka, a breath hold. So only you know how long holding the breath is right. You can do it to a cadence, but you should ultimately be exploring and expanding that breath hold longer and longer. Okay? In every scripture, it's about expanding and increasing that length of time that you're able to hold the kumbhaka. So as we sit in a simple posture, such as this in Prasvasana, we are trying to hold the breath as long as we can comfortably. After that restricted inhalation, that ocean-like sound is brought in through the nostrils, holding the breath at the tip of that inhalation, or if you want to challenge yourself to do it after the exhalation, feel free to do so. Either way, exhaling out of a single nostril, keeping the Mula Bandha engaged, with Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham rotating in the throat center, Swamiji in our inner space. This is Pashvasana.
पादतले पूमौलि निधाय जानुरुरसि निधाय विपरीतहस्ताभ्याम् उरुसहितजङ्गे निवद्याधिष्ठेत् पाशासनं भवति.
Nicely done. Slowly exhaling and gently releasing your legs. Okay. We're going to stay in a similar type of setup, but this time what we're going to do is we're actually going to tuck our chin down towards the knees. Okay. So maintaining the Ketchari Kumbhaka or Mudra, rather, with the tongue pressed up against the roof of the mouth and bringing it back into the gullet of the mouth. Keeping your arms wrapped around your legs. If you're able to bring your heels a little bit closer, then feel free to do so. But really try and tighten that grip of the body towards, or of the legs towards your body. Beautifully demonstrated on the right hand side. So if you're able to bring the heels all the way in towards the perineum, that is the goal. Tucking the chin down towards the raised knees, bringing your gaze towards the tip of the nose. You're really going internally here, okay? But while you're here in Bodhishoka visualize that you're in an abode of bliss. Okay? You're feeling nothing but bliss. You're in this room that is a space of beyond joy and love and anything that you could possibly imagine. It is a space of eternal bliss, that Nitya Ananda space. Visualize Swamiji there blessing you and giving you this space of pure ecstasy beyond anything that you could imagine. Rest in this euphoric state, this abode of bliss. As the mind wanders, recenter it into the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, and hold the breath comfortably as long as you can after your inhalations, exhalations, and Ujjayi Kumbhaka.
Do bhagitali bhopari dere, Khoramahili aise kare, Khoramilai ukadabaise, Janga chaji agna nivese.
Nice, you're done. You can slowly release your legs and bring your hands behind you. Might be a bit of a bicep workout for you as you go through this part of the sequence, which is good. You know, we don't really engage our biceps too much, but when you're pulling your knees in towards the chest, give yourself that opportunity to build that strength as well. Next, we're going to keep our legs extended, the knees raised up. We're just going to slightly bring the heels a little bit further away from the body so we have space to wrap our arms underneath the raised knees and holding on to the opposite elbows. And then you can gently walk your feet a little bit closer towards the body as well. Okay, but this should be more of a relaxed position than what we were just doing, rather than having that stress of trying to pull our shins and our legs towards the body. We can relax a little bit more here as we hold on to the opposite elbows. Okay, bring our gaze down towards the tip of the nose here, maintaining that tongue pressed up against the roof of the mouth though. Okay, so trying to raise the tongue up as far back as you can, pressed up against the roof of the mouth. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. You're going to continue breathing in Ujjayi Kumbhaka. Again, in these simple postures, maybe feel they're boring postures. These are the postures that you could take advantage of to really focus and expand and understand what it means to perform pranayama, perform kumbhakas. So take your opportunity, take deep inhalations. We're here, we might as well inhale with that restricted inhalation as best you can and hold the breath at the top. And then as you hold the breath at the top, remind yourself, oh, keep Mulabandha engaged, seal the perineal floor, and don't let that prana flow out, that apana vayu flow properly through the body. Keep it within you by sealing the perineal floor in Mulabandha. Okay. Keep Swamiji in your inner space. Keep the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, rotating in the throat center. So all these various different components floating beyond the mind, how could we become bored? The mind should be overwhelmed, Swamiji is saying, to the point where you have no opportunity but to expand and to discover your ultimate self, that Paramashivatva space. So holding and engaging all these different components in this simple yet profound asana, challenge yourself to hold the kumbhaka as long as the mantra is chanted.
Gurakatasana do hata pag bahara layave, Godani chile taharave, am ham sam ham aise kare, apasamen kohani pakare.
Nice, Don. Exhaling, inhaling, catching your breath. And from here, you can release your hands, or sorry, keep your hands engaged, but just cross one foot over top of the other. Okay? Very similar asana, Sumati asana. Continue holding on to opposite elbows, tongue pressed up against the roof of the mouth. We're going to alter our gaze so it comes down towards the navel, so that you're gazing towards, or sorry, the nasal. And we're visualizing sage Sumati in your inner space, great sage in Maharishi. Keep Mulabandha engaged, following the same breathing pattern, deep inhalations through the nose, restricted inhalation, hearing that ocean-like sound, keeping Mulabandha engaged, and Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham rotating in the throat center. This is Sumati Asana. Challenge yourself to hold the breath as long as you can comfortably, whether after the inhalation or the exhalation, while the mantra is being chanted for us.
Muladvari darati paritane, dava paga paridacha parane, dahi paraki kole ave, hata eka antara tahararave.
Nice, slow, long exhalation out of the nose, catching your breath as you need to. You can release your hands now. From here, we're going to extend our feet out, give them a bit of a shake, bending your knees if you'd like. We're going to, I'm just debating on whether we want to perform this last one. Let's just roll onto our lower back. You want to go? You want to go for it? Yeah? Okay. All right. So one final asana, Dandasana. Let's engage our body one last time in a full, complete way. It's a basic posture, but you can challenge yourself to really feel uh, uh, an intense engagement throughout various different components of your body. Okay. So in Dandasana, you're a stick. Okay. In whether vertical position or horizontal position, we're going to take our hands, interlace our fingers. Okay. Inhale, Ujjayi Kumbhaka, restricted inhalation all the way up so the elbows are nice and straight. The tendency is we bend our elbows and the hands come down towards the head and we try and relax into the posture. There's no relaxing here. Okay. It's full engagement throughout the entire part of the asana. So lock the hands together, the fingers together, and really try your best to extend them towards the ceiling and making the elbows completely straight. And so the insides of the arms, the biceps come right next to the ears. Okay. And again, as the tendency is, you start to sink down and relax your shoulders. Notice that, and then increase even. Challenge yourself to go longer and higher. Okay. While you're here, keep the chest upright as you drive through the glutes. So you're actually engaging the lower body as well. Keep the legs straight, so avoid bending the knees, and flex your quadriceps. Engage your toes so they're pointed straight upwards. Your entire body's engaged here, and you're wanting to probably reduce that stress and tension on your shoulders by dropping and sinking the elbows down. Avoid that. Keep the hands extended straight up towards the ceiling as best you can, engaging all these different components. Okay? While you're here, you're gazing down towards the tip of the nose with the tongue pressed up against the roof of the mouth. Mulabandha is engaged, so seal that perennial floor, tuck the chin down, and then suck the stomach in and up, intensifying this posture even more. Okay? It looks basic, but it is maybe one of the most intense part of the postures or intense postures in the entire sequence because of the entire body being engaged in Dandasana like a stick. Okay? Om Nithyananda Padmashivoham rotating in the throat center. Challenge yourself to continue fighting through this. If you took a pause, nothing wrong. Re-engage for one last moment here as all these different components are compiled together in Dandasana. Holding the breath, keeping all three bandhas engaged. Challenge yourself to keep this kumbhaka while the pramana is chanted.
Idanim Garbhininam Yogabhyaso Latayago Sukha Prasavalabhaya Prochate Prakane Pati.
Nice, Siddharth. Releasing the shoulders down. I don't know about you, I'm catching my breath there. This time we can relax, rock back into a well-deserved Shavasana after that final posture. Keeping the palms raised upwards towards the ceiling. Let the heels come closer together. The feet and the toes start to blade out naturally. Let the lower body relax, sink into the ground. And then all the way up towards the crown of the head. Relaxing your shoulders. You carry a lot of tension and stress in the shoulders, so just notice those unclutched in particular. Trying to take deep, long inhalations through the nose. Catching your breath, calming that heart rate, calming the breathing pattern down. You can take nice, long, slow exhalations out of the mouth. And just scan your body. Give yourself some time and awareness. Noticing any tension and stress. And when you find that area of stress or tension, just consciously unclutch and release from that stress. Okay, final component, we're going to engage the Shakti Chalan Mudra. So whether you physically, metaphysically feel and pull the Kundalini Shakti up, or you just visualize that happening, either way, awaken the Kundalini. Pull it up towards the Sahasrara Chakra. And then finally unclutch one last time from the visualization, from everything, mentally, physically, and relax in this space of deep, unclutched awareness, avoiding any twitching, moving, allowing the body to be a corpse, and the consciousness to expand in Shavasana.
Uttanam Shavavat Purnam Shayanam Dusavasanam Shavasanam Shantiharam Chitta Vishranti
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasadashiva.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Shivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
From this deeply unclutched space, start to come back into the body, taking a deep inhalation through the nose. Nice long, deep exhalation out of the mouth. Start to wiggle your fingertips and your toes. And then rotate your wrists and your ankles. Start to bring your awareness to the physical sensations. Bending your elbows, bending your knees, bringing your feet flat onto the ground. You can gently rock your knees from side to side. And then bringing one knee up towards the chest, wrapping your respective hands around both knees, bringing them both towards the chest. Give yourself a gentle rock from side to side, massaging that lumbar spine. And then really waking ourselves up, interlacing our fingers around the knees and pulling the back of the head off the ground, bringing the forehead towards the knees, curling up into a little ball, and again, rocking side to side. Give yourself one final squeeze, and then releasing the feet back down onto the ground, rolling over onto one side. And then when you feel ready, gently press yourself up to a comfortable seated position, keeping your eyes open or closed. Either way, bringing yourself to a seated position with your hands together. Namaskara Mudra, Anjali Mudra, in front of the heart center, with the tall spine, and from the space of gratitude. Bring Swamiji into your inner space. Take a deep inhalation through your nose, and we'll close with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukar Paramastu. Om Nithyanandam. Nithyanandam, everybody. Nicely done. Great job for showing up to yet another Brahma Muhurta yoga session exploring the various different asanas and components of Kailasa's Nithyananda yoga sequences of the Sakala Vinyasa Krama. So if you're able to, or if you were able to get up at these early morning hours, joining us via Zoom or watching the live YouTube stream, thank you so much, and give yourself an internal round of applause for getting here. If you are joining us on Zoom, I see Sandeep right now. Please feel free to leave a message. Nice job getting here today. But we also want to make sure that everybody that's joining us, whether in Zoom or watching via the live stream, that you're getting something customized. You're feeling like you're progressing your own personal practice. And so if there's an asana or a dimension of the yoga sequences, the yoga components that you want to begin exploring personally, and maybe that's, you want to be able to do a handstand, you want to be able to do Shirshasana or Mayurasana, there's a specific posture, or there's a pranayama that you want to be able to perform better, please feel free to leave those in the comments section or send us a message directly right now. And we would love to customize this approach for you in these early morning hours to make sure that you're feeling you're getting the most growth and expansion towards achieving your ultimate possibilities as well. So with this, we'll stay within the Zoom room, keeping an eye on the messages, and we'll stay aware of the group or the comments in the YouTube section. Again, please feel free to leave those thoughts and comments and desires with us, and we'll do the best we can to bring you to your Paramashivatva space as well. Either way, thank you for tuning in, and we look forward to sharing tomorrow's yoga practice with you as well at the same Brahma Muhurta hours at 4 a.m. We're no longer Eastern Standard Time, actually. I don't know what time we're in currently, but we're 1 hour ahead of Eastern Time Zone. So we'll see you at that time. Nithyananda, everybody. Take care and be blissful.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Shivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Om Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Om
Please be seated in a comfortable position in Sukhasana. Please sit with your head, neck and spine in a straight line. Bring your awareness to your third eye. Inhale deeply and exhale. Visualize Swamiji's presence in your Ananda Gandha. Bring the bhava, the feeling connection, unclutch from any other thoughts you are having about your day, about the yoga that you just did. Only have the thought of Swamiji in your inner space. With that, let us now begin the declaration for the Pada Puja and Paramashiva Puja. If you agree to the following statements, please say yes loudly. I authentically cognize, which is internally process, understand, and declare the truth that the cosmic energy exists. Yes. I authentically cognize, which is internally process, understand, and declare the truth that Swamiji, Bhagavan Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva, Devi Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti, the Guru Padukas, and the Atmalinga are the Chinmaya Vigrahas, the embodiment and representation of that very cosmic energy. Yes, I authentically cognize, which is internally process, understand, and declare the truth that the Pada Puja and Paramashiva Puja I am offering now will reach the cosmic source of energy directly. Yes, I authentically cognize, which is internally process, understand, and declare the truth of Soham Asmi, that even when I worship, I am Him. Yes. Let us now begin with the Sadguru Vandanam, in which we offer our gratitude to our beloved Swamiji. Now please take some flowers in your hands, close your eyes, and offer the flowers at Swamiji's Padukas at the end of the mantra. Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasyadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. The next offering is the Guru Parampara Vandanam. In the Guru Parampara Vandanam, we offer our gratitude to the eternal lineage of all the Gurus, the enlightened masters. Now please take some flowers in your hands, close your eyes, and offer the flowers at Swamiji's Padukas at the end of the mantra. Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Samarambham Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Madhyamam Nithyananda Pariyantam Vande Guru Paramparam. The next offering is the Arunagiri Yogeshwara Vandanam. In the Arunagiri Yogeshwara Vandanam, we offer our gratitude to Bhagavan Arunagiri Yogeshwara, who is the incarnation of Bhagavan Paramashiva. Now please take some flowers in your hands, close your eyes, and offer the flowers at Swamiji's Padukas at the end of the mantra. Lalate Tripundri Nitilakata Kasturi Dilakaha Puranmala Dharismrita Kadikaupi Navasanaha Dadhano Dustaram Jirasi Panirajam Shashikalam Pradipa Sarvesham Arunagiri Yogi Vijayate. The next is the Pachamanam, the ritualistic cleansing of the mouth. Keeping your right hand in the Gokarna Mudra, pour an udhrani of water into your right palm and sip the water from the base of your palm 3 times. Om Atmadatvam Shodhayami Svadha, Om Vidyadatvam Shodhayami Svadha, Om Shivadatvam Shodhayami Svadha. Wipe your left twice from the right to the left. Om Ham Hridayaya Namaha. Wash your hands. With the tips of your index, middle and ring fingers, touch above the upper lip and below the lower lip. Wash your hands. With the tips of your index finger and thumb joined together, touch your right nostril and left nostril. With the tips of your ring finger and thumb joined together, touch your right eye, right ear and left ear. Wash your hands. With the tips of your little finger and thumb joined together, touch your navel center, right chest and left chest. With all 5 fingers joined together, touch the top of your head, right shoulder, left shoulder and heart center. Wash your hands. The next is Shuklam Bharadaram, where we invoke the presence of Mahaganapati, the Lord of spontaneous completion and the remover of obstacles. Now please close your eyes and pray to him to remove all your obstacles, not only from this puja, but from your whole day. Place the flowers and akshata in your right hand and keep both the hands on the Mushti Mudra and tap the sides of your forehead along with the mantra. Om Shuklam Bharadaram Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadaram Dhyayet Sarvavighnopashantage. The next is the pranayama, the regulation of the prana, the life energy. Now perform the inhalation, retention and exhalation while we chant the Samhita mantras. Om Hom Ishanamurdaya Namo Om Tatpurushaptraya Namo Om Hum Bhagavate Namo Om Himavadevukhyaya Namo Om Satyojatmurte Namo Om Hamadhyaya Namo Om Him Shirse Namo Om Shikaya Namo Om Hingavachaya Namo Om Hom Netrebhyo Namo Om Astraya Namo Om Hom Ishanamurdaya Namo Om Tatpurushaptraya Namo Om Hum Bhagavate Namo Om Himavadevukhyaya Namo Om Satyojatmurte Namo Om Hamadhyaya Namo Om Him Shirse Namo Om Shikaya Namo Om Hingavachaya Namo Om Hom Netrebhyo Namo Om Astraya Namo Om Hom Ishanamurdaya Namo Om Him Tatpurushaptraya Namo Om Hum Bhagavate Namo Om Himavadevukhyaya Namo Om Satyojatmurte Namo Om Hamadhyaya Namo Om Him Shirse Namo Om Shikaya Namo Om Hingavachaya Namo Om Hom Netrebhyo Namo Om Astraya Namo. The next is the Sankalpa, the conscious resolution. When you make the Sankalpa in the presence of the Master, The power of the Master's presence will manifest your Sankalpa as reality. Please close your eyes and visualize the Sankalpa that you want to manifest for today. Now keep the flowers and akshata in your left palm, close it with your right palm, and keep both the hands on the right thigh. We will now chant the Sankalpa mantra. Om Mamopata Samasta Duritakshayadvara Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Prityartham Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Prityartham Cha Shubhe Shobhane Muhurte Adya Brahmanaha Dvitiya Pararde Shri Shvetavaraha Kalpe Vaivasvatamanvantare Ashtavimshatitame नित्ययुगे प्रथमे पादे
जम्बूद्वीपे भारतवर्षे
भरतखण्डे मेरोः दक्षिणे पार्श्वे शकाब्दे अस्मिन् वर्तमाने व्यवहारिके प्रभवादीनां षष्ट्याः संवत्सराणां मध्ये विश्वावसु नाम संवत्सरे दक्षिणायने लक्ष्मीवेङ्कटेश्वर ऋतौ तुलामासे शुक्लपक्षे एकादश्यां शुभदितौ स्थिरवासरयुक्तायां शतभिषा नक्षत्र ध्रुवयोग वनिजकर्ण एवं गुणविशेषणविशिष्टायाम् अस्यां शुभदितौ श्रीकैलासोन्नतद्वादशान्तश्यामलापीठारूढ श्रीमीनाक्षी सुन्दरेश्वराभिन्नस्वरूप
परशिवपुत्र रत्नकुमार
गुरुमन्यतुल्यावतार श्रीपार्वती स्तन्यपानलब्धदिव्यज्ञानविश्रुत सकलनिगमागमसारभूत द्राविडवेदप्रवर्त्रे श्रीमत्परमशिवकरुणासुमलिगतमुक्तामयचतुरश्रयानगीयमान छत्रचामर श्रीचिन्नकाहलादि समस्तविरलावल्यलङ्कृत ज्ञानविज्ञानचक्रवर्ती सर्वजनसङ्ग सद्यो निर्वाण दीक्षाव्यापवर्गवर्ष विश्रानलीमूत परमतकल्पकेसरी शैव सिद्धान्त स्थापनाचार्य श्रीराजाधिराज पाण्ड्य महाराज गुरु शपन शाक्यादि महान्धकार निवारण ज्ञानभानु दीक्षणानरहार ध्वजोच्छेदन पूर्वक श्रीमद्वृषभध्वज स्थापक शैव समयकर्त्रे सर्वज्ञ पीठारूढ़ श्री जगद्गुरु श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक स्वामी वागीश सुंदर माणिक्य वाचक स्वामिनाम अवतार भूत श्री ज्ञान संबंध स्वामी पुनरुद्धृत श्यामला पीठ सर्वज्ञ पीठ तृणवद्युत्तर द्विशतम गुरुमहासन्निधान अरुणगिरि योगीश्वर परंपरागत अरुणाचल सर्वज्ञ पीठ गुरुमहासन्निधान कैलास परंपरागत कांची कैलास सर्वज्ञ पीठ त्रयस्त्रिंशदुत्तर द्विशतम गुरुमहासन्निधान नित्योत्सव नित्य मंगल नित्य कल्याण नित्य तीर्थ कैलास परंपरागत आदि कैलास नित्यानंद पीठ महासंस्थान महासिंहासन पीठ कर्त्रे साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कैलास परंपरागत वैवस्वतमन इक्ष्वाकु हरिश्चंद्र भगीरथ श्रीरामचंद्र दूरसेन इत्यादि अनवच्छिन्न सार्वभौम चक्रवर्ती परंपरागत चतुष्षष्टि योगिनी मंडिता चतुष्षष्टि संप्रदाय प्रवर्तक मनुधर्म शासन सूर्यवंश प्राप्त सर्वज्ञ वीर सुरांगी साम्राज्य मूर्धाभिषिक्त चूड़ामणि साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत श्री अखिल महागुरु पुनरुद्धृत महानिर्वाणि पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री महामंडलेश्वर साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत श्री महागणपति समारंभ अनवच्छिन्न पीठाधीश्वर गुरु परंपरा प्राप्त अटल पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री अटल पीठाधीश्वर धर्म मुक्ति स्वर्गपुर स्वर्णपीठ त्रयोविंश गुरु महासन्निधान कैलास परंपरागत आदिपीठ सर्वज्ञ पीठ जगद्गुरु श्री कैलास पुनरुद्धारक श्री कैलास परमाचार्य श्रीमत् परमहंस परिव्राजक आचार्य वर्य सच्चिदानंद प्रणव स्वरूप श्रोत्रिय ब्रह्मनिष्ठ श्रीमद् जगद्गुरु श्री भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परम शिव श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक परमाचार्य स्वामिनां प्रीत्यर्थं तेषां पादारविन्दयोः भक्ति सिद्ध्यर्थं
गुरुकृपाकटाक्षसिद्ध्यर्थं
क्षेमस्थैर्यवीर्यविजयायुरारोग्यैश्वर्याणाम् अभिवृद्ध्यर्थं धर्मार्थकाममोक्षचतुर्विधफलपुरुषार्थसिद्ध्यर्थं समस्तत्रिदोपशान्त्यर्थं समस्तमङ्गलावाप्त्यर्थं भगवत् श्रीनित्यानन्द परमशिवप्रसादेन सकुटुम्बस्य ज्ञानवैराग्यजीवन्मुक्तिप्राप्त्यर्थं श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी परमशिव शक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानंदेश्वर परमशिव अवतार भूत श्री सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूप भगवान श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव प्रत्यक्ष पाद पूजां करिष्ये। श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी परमशिव शक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानंदेश्वर परमशिव पूजां च करिष्ये। ओम नमोपस्पृश्य। Please wash your hands with a litany of water. The next is the Kantanada. Now please take the bell in your left hand. We ring the bell to invoke the presence of all the auspicious energies and remove the presence of any negative energies. Now please take the bell in your left hand, hold it above your heart center and ring the bell along with the mantra. Om Agamadantu Devanam Gamanadantu Rakshasam Kantanadam Karavijalo Devata Ananantam Kantanadevata Namaha. The next is the Manasa Puja, the offering of the internal worship. Now please close your eyes. During the Manasa Puja, make all the offerings to Swamiji who is seated inside of you, in your inner space, seated in the lotus of your heart. Offer your emotions, your thoughts, your identities. Now please take a flower in your left palm and place your hands in the Kurma Mudra. Close your eyes and offer the flowers at Swamiji's Padakas at the end of the mantra. Om Padmamasanam Dadyat Sahasrarachyutam Hridaihi Padyam Sharanayo Dadyat Manastu Vargyam Nivedayet Tenamrutena Achamaniyam Snaniyam Tena Tasmrutam Akashadatvam Vastram Syat Gandhasyat Gandhadatvam Chattam Prakalpayet Pushpam Dhupam Pranan Prakalpayet Tejastatvam Jadipatam Naivedyam Syat Sudam Purihi Anahadatvanir Ghanta Vayudatvam Jachamaram Sahasraram Bhavet Chatram Shabdadatvam Jagitanam Mrityamindriyakarmani Chanjalyam Manasastata Tumekalam Padmamalam Pushpam Nana Vidantata Amayatir Bhava Pushpaihi Archayet Bhava Gocharam Amayam Manahankaram Aragam Mamadam Tatha Amohakam Madam Bhamcha Adveshakshovato Tatha Amacharyam Malobhamcha Dashapushpam Vidurbudaha Ahimsa Param Pushpam Pushpamindriya Nigraha Daya Pushpam Kshama Pushpam Jnana Pushpam Japanchavam Iti Panchadasher Bhava Pushpaihi Sambhujayet Bhagavantam Shri Nithyananda Paramashivam. The next offering is the Upachara Puja, the offering of the external worship. The first is the Asanam, the offering of seat to the master. Now please take some flowers and akshata in your hands and offer it at Swamiji's Padukas at the end of the mantra. Asanam Om Sarvabhutantarasthaya Sarvabhutantaratmane Kalpayami Paveshatam Asanam Te Namo Namaha. Om Hrim Idam Suvarnasanam Sarvadeva Devi Swarupaya Bhagavate Shri Nithyananda Paramashivaya Namaha. The next offering is Arghya, the offering of the traditional bouquet. Now please take the Arghya in your hands and offer it at Swamiji's Padukas along with the mantra. Argyaha Swagatam Om Shantatvat Sarvakartritvat Bhavo Paradikaranat Shivokto Mahatantra Mantra Vidhis Sada Shivaha Tasmai Shivaya Gurave Vitara Kalayave Ameyatvadanantoyam Majatvaja Prakirtitaha Yasya Darshanamichanti Deva Swabhisha Siddhaye Tasmai Devarameshana Swagatam Swagatam Prabho Adya me sabalam janma jivanam sabala kriyaha Swagatam yatvaya dharme tapasan balamagatam Om Hrim Sarvadeva Devi Swarupa Bhagavan Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Swagatam Suswagatam Dev. The next offering is Padhyam, the offering of water to wash the feet of the Master. Now please take another ray of water in your hands and offer it at Swamiji's Padukas along with the mantra. Padhyam Om Yad Bhakti Samparkat Paramananda Samplavaha Tasmai Te Parameshana Padhyam Shuddhaya Kalpaye Om Hrim Etat Padhyam Sarvadeva Devi Swarupaya Bhagavate Shri Nithyananda Paramashivaya Namaha. The next offering is Arghya, the offering of the traditional bouquet. Now please take the conch in your hands and offer the Arghya at Swamiji's Padukas along with the mantra. Arghyaha Om Durvakshata Samayuktam Dilvapatram Dadaparam Shobhanam Shankapatrastam Grahanaryam Maheshwara Om Hrim Esho Arghyaha Sarvadeva Devi Swarupaya Bhagavate Shri Nithyananda Paramashivaya Swaha. The next offering is Achamaniyam, the offering of water for mouthwash. Now please take an udhani of water in your hands and offer it at Swamiji's Padukas along with the mantra. Achamaniyam Om Mandadinyastu Yadvari Sarva Papaharam Shubham Grahanachamaniyam Tvam Maya Bhaktya Niveditam Om Hrim Idam Achamaniyotakam Sarvadeva Devi Swarupaya Bhagavate Shri Nithyananda Paramashivaya Swadha. The next offering is Madhuparka, the offering of the nectarine drink. Now please take the nectarine drink, the Madhuparka in your hands and offer it at Swamiji's Padukas along with the mantra. Madhuparkaha Om Sarvakalmashanashaya Paripurna Sukhatmakam Madhuparkamimam Deva Talpayami Prasidame Om Hrim Esha Madhuparkaha Sarvadeva Devi Swarupaya Bhagavate Shri Nithyananda Paramashivaya Swadha. The next offering is Gandha Tailam, the offering of the scented oil. Now please take the Gandha Tailam in your hands and offer it at Swamiji's Padukas along with the mantra. Gandha Tailam Om Sneham Grahana Snehena Lokanam Trakaraka Sarvalokeshu Shuddhastvam Dadami Snehamuttamam Om Hrim Idam Gandha Tailam Sarvadeva Devi Swarupaya Bhagavate Shri Nithyananda Paramashivaya Vedayami. The next offering is Naniyam, the offering of the sacred bath. Now please take the udhani of water in your hands and offer it onto Swamiji at the end of the mantra, and please ring the bell as you do so. Naniyam Om Idam Shitalam Vari Satyam Shuddham Manoharam Nanartham Te Maya Bhaktya Kalpidam Pratikishyata Om Hrim Idam Naniyodakam
सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय निवेदयामि.
The next offering is Vastram, the offering of clothes. Now please take the cloth offering in your hands and offer it at Swamiji's Padakas along with the mantra. Vastram
Om Maya Chitrapata Channa Nijagupyortejase Niravarana Vigyaya Vasaste Kalpayamyaham. Om Hrim Idam Vastottariyam Sarvadevadevi Swarupaya Bhagavate Shri Nithyananda Paramashivaya Nivedayami.
The next offering is Abharanam, the offering of jewelry to the master. Now please take the jewelry in your hands and offer it at Swamiji's Padakas along with the mantra. Abharanam
Om Swabhava Sundarangaya Nana Shuktyashrayayate Suvarnam Bhushanam Tubhyam Kalpayami Prasidame.
Om
Hrim Idam Suvarnabharanam Sarvadevadevi Swarupaya Bhagavate Shri Nithyananda Paramashivaya Nivedayami.
The next offering is Ganga, the offering of sandalwood paste. Now please take the sandalwood paste in your hands and offer it at Swamiji's Padakas along with the mantra.
Gangaha Om Shariram Dena Janami Tirishtam Naiva Cha Maya Niveditam Gandhan Pratigritya Vilyupyatam. Om Hrim Esha Gandaha Sarvadevadevi Swarupaya Bhagavate Shri Nithyananda Paramashivaya Namaha.
The next offering is Bilvavatram. The next offering is Pushpam, the offering of fragrant flowers. Now please take some flowers, smeared with sandalwood paste in your hands, and offer it at Swamiji's Padakas along with the mantra. Pushpam
Om Turiyavana Sampannam Nana Gunamanoharam Ananda Saurabam Pushpam Drishyatam Vinamuttamam. Om Hrim Etani Sajandana Pushpani Sarvadevadevi Swarupaya Bhagavate Shri Nithyananda Paramashivaya Bhaushate.
The next offering is offering of Bilvavatram, the offering of Bilva leaves. Now please take the Bilva leaf, smear with sandalwood paste in your hands, and offer it unto Swamiji along with the mantra. Bilvapatram
Om Amritodbhavam Shriraksham Shankarasya Sada Priyam Bilvavatram Rayachami Pavitram Te Sureshwara. Om Hrim Etani Kasandana Bilvavatrani Sarvadevadevi Swarupaya Bhagavate Shri Nithyananda Paramashivaya Bhaushate.
The next offering is Tulsi Patram, the offering of Tulsi leaves. Now please take the Tulsi leaf in your hands and offer it at Swamiji's Padakas along with the mantra.
Tulasi Patram Om Namaste Bahurupaya Varadamurtaye Varamatmane Swaha. Om Hrim Idam Kasandana Tulasi Patram Sarvadevadevi Swarupaya Bhagavate Shri Nithyananda Paramashivaya Namaha.
The next offering is Dhupa, the offering of the lit incense. Now please take the lit incense stick in your hand and slowly wave it towards Swamiji's Padakas along with the mantra, and please ring the bell as you do so. Dhupaha
Om Vanaspatiraso Divyo Gandharyastu Manoharaha Agneya Sarvadevanam Dhupoyam Pradigirchatam. Om Hrim Esha Dhupaha Sarvadevadevi Swarupaya Bhagavate Shri Nithyananda Paramashivaya Namaha.
The next offering is Deepa, the offering of the lit lamp. Now please take the lit lamp in your hands and slowly wave it towards Swamiji's padukas along with the mantra, and please ring the bell as you do so.
दीपः ॐ स्वप्रकाशो महादीपः सर्वदस्तिमिरामः सभाज्याभ्यन्तरज्योतिर्दीपोऽयं प्रतिगृह्यताम् ॐ ह्रीं एष दीपः सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्रीनित्यानन्दपरमशिवाय नमः।
The next offering is Naivedyam, the offering of food. Now please take a udrani of water, hover clockwise over the Naivedyam, and offer the food offering. Offer the udrani of water at Swamiji's padukas along with the mantra, and please ring the bell as you do so.
नैवेद्यम् ॐ नैवेद्यं विविधं देव शस्त्रादिनिर्मितं मया निवेदितं भक्त्या ग्रहाण परमेश्वर ॐ ह्रीं इदं सोपकर्णैवेद्यं सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्रीनित्यानन्दपरमशिवाय निवेदयामि।
The next offering is Paniyam, the offering of water for drinking. Now please take the udrani of water in your hands and offer it to Swamiji's padukas at the end of the mantra.
पानीयम् ॐ समस्तदेवदेवेश सर्वतृप्तिकरं परम् अखण्डानन्दसम्पूर्णं ग्रहाणजलमुत्तमम् ॐ ह्रीं इदं पानार्तोदकं सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्रीनित्यानन्दपरमशिवाय नमः।
The next offering is Punarachamaniyam, the offering of water for mouthwash. Now please take an udrani of water in your hands and offer it at Swamiji's padukas along with the mantra.
पुनराचमनीयम् ॐ उच्छिष्टाप्यशुचिर्वा यस्य स्मरणमात्रतः शुद्धिमाप्नोति तस्मै ते पुनराचमनीयकम् ॐ ह्रीं इदं पुनराचमनीयोदकं सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्रीनित्यानन्दपरमशिवाय स्वाहा।
The next offering is Aratrikam, the offering of water, the offering of lamp, and Arati to the Master. Now please take the Arati in your hands and slowly wave it towards Swamiji's padukas along with the mantra, and please ring the bell as you do so.
आरात्रिकम् ॐ ह्रीं एषा गीतमाला सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्रीनित्यानन्दपरमशिवाय नमः। ॐ साङ्ग्रहण्येत्यायजते इमां जनसागं सङ्गृह्णामीति द्वादशारश्मिरशना भवति द्वादशमासा संवत्सरः संवत्सरमेवावरुन्धे मौञ्जे भवति ऊर्ध्वैरुञ्जाः ऊर्ध्वमेवावरुन्धे चित्रानक्षत्रं भवति चित्रं वा एतत्कर्म कर्पूरघोरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं जगेन्द्रहारं सदा वदन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि।
Aratrikam samarpayami Bhagavad-Shri Nithyananda-Paramahansa-Kamaledvyo Namaha. The next offering is Pushpanjali, the offering of fragrant flowers. Now please take a few flowers in your hands Close your hands in the Atmanjali Mudra and offer the flowers at Swamiji's Padukas at the end of the mantra.
पुष्पाञ्जलिः गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुं मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः अनेकजन्मसम्प्राप्तकर्मबन्धविदाहिने आत्मज्ञानप्रदान्येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः मन्नारश्रीजगन्नाथो मद्गुरो श्रीजगद्गुरुः ममात्मा सर्वभूतात्मा तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः नित्यानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्याखिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि पुष्पाञ्जलिं समर्पयामि भगवत्श्री नित्यानन्द परमशिव चरणकमलेभ्यो नमः ॐ नित्यानन्दम्
We will now be beginning with the Paramashiva Puja. The first is Tattvachmanam. Keeping your right hand in the Gokana Mudra, pour an udrani of water into your right palm 3 times while we chant the Samhita, while we chant the mantras. Om Atmadattvam Shodhayami Svadha, Om Vidyadattvam Shodhayami Svadha, Om Shivadattvam Shodhayami Svadha. Now I play this twice from the right to the left. Om Ham Hriyaya Namaha. Wash your hands. With the tips of your index, middle and ring fingers, touch above your upper lip, below your lower lip. Wash your hands. With the tips of your index finger and thumb joined together, touch your right nostril and left nostril. With the tips of your ring finger and thumb joined together, touch your right eye, right ear and left ear. Wash your hands. With your little finger and thumb joined together, touch your navel center, right chest and left chest. With all 5 fingers joined together, touch the top of your head, right shoulder, left shoulder and heart center. The next is Sakala Krama. We chant this mantra invoking the presence of Bhagavan Paramashiva inside ourselves. Now with the tip of your thumbs, using your left hand, wipe the front and back side of your right hand once, and using your right hand, wipe the front and back of your left hand twice. Om Hastraya Namaha. Now bring your hands into the Namaskara Mudra in front of your third eye and visualize that they are being drenched with the nectar oozing out of your third eye. Om Ham. Now keeping your hands together with your palms facing towards you, touch your thumbs to the center of your palms.
Om Ham Shivasanaye Namaha, Om Ham Shivamurtaye Namaha.
With the tip of your thumbs, touch the tip of your little fingers and move your thumbs down towards the base of your little finger.
Om Ham Satyajatamurtaye Namaha.
Now your ring finger,
Om Him Vamadeva Guptyaya Namaha.
Now your middle finger.
Om Hum Avarhadayaya Namaha.
Now your index finger.
Om Him Tatpurushoktaya Namaha.
Now your thumbs.
Om Hum Ishanamurdaya Namaha.
Now bring your palms in front of you, facing towards you, and your thumbs to the center of your palms.
Om Ham Hum Vidyadehaya Namaha.
Now bend your index, middle, and ring fingers and touch the center of your palms.
Om Hum Nedrebhyo Namaha.
Now bend your thumbs and touch the tip of your thumbs to the center of your palms.
Om Ham Hum Shivaya Namaha.
Now with the tip of your thumbs, touch the tip of your little fingers and move your thumbs down towards the base of your little finger.
Om Ham Hridayaya Namaha.
Now your ring finger.
Om Him Shirase Namaha.
Now your middle finger.
Om Hum Shikaya Namaha.
Now your index finger.
Om Him Kavachaya Namaha.
Now your thumbs.
Om Hastraya Namaha.
Now bring your hands in the Mushti Mudra and roll them around each other once.
Om Him Kavachaya Hum.
Now bring your hands in Namaskara Mudra in front of your third eye.
Om Ham Shivaya Vauchate.
Now bend your thumbs inwards and touch the center of your palms.
Om Ham Hum Shivaya Namaha.
With your right hand thumb and ring finger joined together, touch your Ananda Gandha.
Om Ham Shivasanaya Namaha. Om Ham Shivamurtaye Namaha.
Now keeping your thumbs and little finger together, touch both of your knees.
Om Ham Satyojatmurtaye Namaha.
With your right hand thumb and ring finger joined together, touch your navel center.
Om Him Vamadeva Guptyaya Namaha.
With your right hand thumb and middle finger joined together, touch your heart center.
Om Hum Agarhadayaya Namaha.
With your right hand thumb and index finger, touch above your upper lip.
Om Him Tatpurushoktaya Namaha.
With your right hand thumb, touch the top of your forehead.
Om Hum Ishanamurdaya Namaha.
Now with your right hand thumb and ring finger joined together, touch your Ananda Gandha.
Om Ham Hum Vidyadehaya Namaha.
Now with the tips of your index, middle, and ring fingers, touch your right eye, left eye, and third eye.
Om Hum Netrebhyo Namaha.
Now with your right hand thumb and ring finger joined together, touch your Ananda Gandha.
Om Ham Hum Shivaya Namaha.
Now with your right hand, little finger and thumb joined together, touch your heart center.
Om Ham Hridayaya Namaha.
With your right hand thumb and ring finger joined together, touch on top of your head.
Om Him Shirase Swaha.
With your right hand thumb and middle finger joined together, touch the back of your head.
Om Hum Shitaye Vachate.
Now cross your left hand over your right hand in front of your chest. Keep your index fingers in form of a hook and uncross your arms, moving them around your head, bringing them till your chest.
Om Him Kavachaya Hum.
Now strike your right thumb onto your left palm and your left palm onto your left thumb onto your right palm.
Om Hastraya Phate.
Now with your right hand index finger and middle finger, strike your left palm thrice.
Om Hastraya Hum Phate.
Now using your right hand index finger and thumb, snap in all the 10 directions around yourself. Go in all the 8 directions, down and up.
Om Hastraya Phate.
Now move your hands from the head to the toes, touching the sides of your body. Om Ham Shivaya Vaushade. The next is the Samanya Arghya Stapana, energizing the water with which we offer to Bhagavan Paramashiva. Please mix some akshata, flowers, and sandalwood powder into the water. Cover the mouth of the Panchavatram with your palms and chant Om 7 times internally.
Om 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 Om.
Now snap your index finger and thumb in all the 10 directions around the Panchavatram.
Om Him Kavachaya Hum.
Om Hastraya Pate. Now keeping your right hand in Navakundana Mudra, rotate your index finger around the Panchavatram.
Om Him Kavachaya Hum.
Now show the Dhenu Mudra to the water in the Panchavatram. Om Ham Shivaya Vaushade. The next is the Avahana. Please offer a flower to the Atmalinga. Om Ham Shivasanaya Namaha. Now please take a flower in your hands. Place your hands in the Namaskara Mudra. Close your eyes. Meditate on the form of Bhagavan Paramashiva and Paramashiva Shakti in their ultimate form with 25 heads, 50 hands, 75 eyes. Visualize Bhagavan Paramashiva in detail and pray to him to be available, to be alive, and to receive all of your gratitude, your love, your offerings.
Lalate Tripundre
Nidilata Kasturi Tilakaha Spuranmala Spurita Kadikopi Navasanaha
Tadano Dishtaram
Shirasi Bhagirajan Rishikalam Pradeepas Sarvesham Varnigiri Yogi Vijayate Induri Vavancha Mukahastaka Jayuktam Tankama Sivajnama Vayam Syat Pashavarajan Kuchamani Jalaravame Shveta Kamalasana Sada Shiva Swarupam.
Om Ham Shivamurtaye Namaha. Om Ham Om Shivaya Namaha. Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Parama Shivaya Namaha. Dhyayami Avayami. Now please show the respective mudras for the mantras and invoke the presence of Bhagavan Paramashiva in your Atmalinga. Now place your thumb onto your respective palms and place your palms open facing upwards. Om Ham Shivaya Namaha. Yavana Mudram Pradarshya. Downwards. Stapana. Now place your hands into fist parallel to each other with your thumbs upwards. Sannidhana. Now put your thumbs inside of your fists. Nishthura Mudram Pradarshya. Now interlace your fingers inwards and clasp your hands, keeping your thumbs out. Astaya Mumpati Kalavanti Mudram Pradarshya. Now hold your left thumb with your right hand and you cover your right hand with your left hand. Om Ham Shivaya Namaha. Linga Mudram. Now bring your hands and Namaskara Mudra. Namaskara Mudra. Today is an auspicious. Rotate your right hand index finger around your Atmalinga in a clockwise manner. Om Haim Kavachaya Hum Iti Avakuntana Mudram Japradarshya. The next is the Upachara Puja. The first is the Asanam. Now please take some Akshata in your hands and offer the Akshata in front of Bhagavan Paramashiva along with the mantra. Om Ham Om Shivaya Namaha. Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashivaya Namaha. Asanam Samarpayami. The next is the offering of Padyam, Achamanam and Argyam. Now please take an udrani of water, show to Bhagavan Paramashiva's feet and offer it in a Padya Patram. Om Ham Shivaya Namaha. Please take an udrani of water, show to Bhagavan Paramashiva's mouth and offer it in the Achamana Patram. Om Ham Shivaya Svadha. Please take an udrani of water, show to Bhagavan Paramashiva's crown and offer it in the Agya Patram. Om Ham Shivaya Swaha. Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashivaya Namaha. Adhyachavanaryam Tattva. The next offering is Snaniyam, the sacred bath. Now please take some water and offer it on to Bhagavan Paramashiva along with the mantra and please ring the bell as you do so. Om Ham Om Shivaya Namaha. Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashivaya Namaha. Nanam Samarpayami. Now please take an udrani of water, show it to Bhagavan Paramashiva's mouth and offer it in the Achavana Patram. Om Ham Shivaya Svada. The next offering is Vastram, the offering of fresh clothes to Bhagavan Paramashiva. Now please take some Akshata in your hands and offer it to Bhagavan Paramashiva along with the mantra. Om Ham Om Shivaya Namaha. Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashivaya Namaha. Vastre Vyobhavita Uttariya Varnatam Akshatam Samarpayami. The next offering is Gandha, the offering of the sandalwood paste. Now please take the sandalwood paste in your right hand ring finger and offer it to Bhagavan Paramashiva along with the mantra. Please offer the kumkum on top of the sandalwood paste at the end of the mantra. Om Ham Om Shivaya Namaha. Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashivaya Namaha. Gandham Dharayami. Gandhasya Kumkumam Samarpayami. The next is the offering of the Ashtapushpa Puja, the offering of flowers to Bhagavan Paramashiva and Paramashiva Shakti. Now please take some flowers in your hands and offer it to Bhagavan Paramashiva each time the word Namaha is chanted. Om Bhavaya Devaya Namaha. Om Vasudeva Savatne Namaha. Om Sharvaya Devaya Namaha. Sharvasudeva Savatne Namaha. Om Vishanaya Devaya Namaha. Ishanasudeva Savatne Namaha. Om Pushpade Devaya Namaha. Rudradeva Savatne Namaha. Om Rudraya Devaya Namaha. Rudrasudeva Savatne Namaha. Om Rudraya Devaya Namaha. Rudrasudeva Savatne Namaha. Om Bhimaya Devaya Namaha. Bhimasudeva Savatne Namaha. Madhave Devaya Namaha. Madhavadeva Savatne Namaha. Om Ham Om Shivaya Namaha. Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashivaya Namaha. Ashtapushpa Pujam Samarpayami. The next is the offering of Bilvotram. Now please take the Bilva leaf, smear the sandalwood paste in your hands and offer it to Bhagavan Paramashiva along with the mantra. Om Ham Om Shivaya Namaha. Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashivaya Namaha. Bilvotram Samarpayami. The next is the offering of Dhupa. The first is the Ghanta Puja. Now please sprinkle some water on the bell. Om Astraya Pate. The next, please sprinkle some water on the Dhupa stand. Om Astraya Pate. Please offer a flower on the Dhupa stand. Om Amriyaya Namaha. Now please take the lit incense sticks in your hands and slowly wave it towards Bhagavan Paramashiva along with the mantra, and please ring the bell as you do so. Om Dura 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 Osman Dura Dura Vayam Durga Mustam Devana Mustashitam Bhaktitam Vishtatam Manditam Devahu Tamamadri Havajam Simmasyamakman Kritikvate Katme Demadam Vikramatvaidam Vijam Om Shivaya Mahashi Nithyanande Paramahamsa Now please take another drink of water, show to Bhagavan Paramashiva's mouth, and offer it in the Achamana Patra. Now the next is the offering of Deepa. Now please sprinkle some water on the Deepa. Please offer a flower on the Deepa. Now please take the lit lamp in your hands and slowly wave it towards Bhagavan Paramashiva along with the mantra, and please ring the bell as you do so. Now please take a drink of water, show to Bhagavan Paramashiva's mouth, and offer it in Achamana Patram. Om Shivaya Sada. The next offering is Naivedyam, the offering of food. Now please sprinkle some water on the Naivedyam. Om Hastra Yapate. Please offer a flower on the Naivedyam. Now please take the food offering in your hands and offer it to Bhagavan Paramashiva along with the mantra, and please ring the bell as you do so. Om Madhvadadina Madhvika Santoshadihi Madhvatamotoshadi Madhvaspati Vahugadaha Madhyavastunapita Madhvanovanastati Mudhamagam Matsusuryaha Madhvikamo Vamkaraha Madhu 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 Om Om Shivaya Namaha Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Namaha Naivedyam Nivedayami. Now please take another drink of water, show to Bhagavan Paramashiva's mouth, and offer it in the Achamana Patram. Om Shivaya Sada. The next offering is Tambulam. Now please take some akshata in your hand and offer it to Bhagavan Paramashiva at the end of the mantra. Om Om Shivaya Namaha Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Namaha Tambulam Samarpayami. The next offering is Aratrikam, the offering of Arati to Bhagavan Paramashiva. Now please sprinkle some water on the Karpura Arati plate. Om Astra Yagate. Please offer a flower on the Karpura Arati plate. Om. Now please take the Karpura Arati in your hand and slowly wave it towards Bhagavan Paramashiva along with the mantra, and please ring the bell as you do so. Om. Om Ekatya Rajyamadapte Yo Raja Samrajyo Vaso Me Nirate Devasva Metani Avisham Vipavanti Etavanto Vai Devanam Samaha Devasmai Saman Prayachanti Devam Panasturte Rajyaya Devasuraja Bhavati Sarasvasuryo Bhavirakatakam Nema Vichido Bhavirakato Yamaknihi Avena Bhagavan Bhaviragam Dasyavata Garugam Vihati Karpura Gauram Karunavataram Samsarataram Ujagendraharam Sadavadantam Hridayara Vinde Brahmavani Saitam Namami Brahmavani Saitam Namami Brahmavani Saitam Namami. Om Om Shivaya Namaha Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Namaha Karpur Neerajanam Sandarshayami Dakshandayami. The next offering is Pushpanjali, the offering of flowers. Now please take some flowers in your hands, place your hands in the Atmanjali mantra, and offer the flowers onto Bhagavan Paramashiva at the end of the mantra. Om Shivaya Namaha Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Namaha Pushpanjalim Samarpayami. The next is offering of the Moola Mantra Japa and Gayatri Mantra Japa. पूर्णमुदच्छते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ओम तत्सत् सर्वं श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवपादुकार्पणमस्तु ॐ नित्यानन्दम् Please bow down to Swamiji and Bhagavan Paramashiva.
परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम्